Hello, everybody. I am Amanda Coulong with TechZulu.com, and we're here at BlogWorld in Los Angeles. I'm so happy that we're in our backyard. And before I keep yammering on, I'm going to introduce here a dear, dear friend of mine, Jen with BlogWorld. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am great. I love the hair. Of course, I have to mention the hair.
Naturally, of course.
And it's natural. It's naturally Jen.
I paid for it. It's mine.
Exactly. So you're handling some new business and biz dev for BlogWorld now. We've been involved with this conference for a few years. What are you seeing now? What's different about it now? What's exciting you about it now?
There's so much excitement around this show this year. You know, we've got our attendance is up. You know, the exhibitors are very, very pleased. They're seeing, good connections being made. You know, we just saw a few moments ago, several connections were just made right here in this booth.
Of course, it's TechZulu.
Well, yes, of course, and that, but the buzz is people are loving the content, they're loving the keynotes, they're loving the conference, and it's just the excitement is really good today.
I always talk about this, but don't you feel like it's sort of like a homecoming of sorts for bloggers and the social media crowd?
It is a family reunion.
That's a better one, but a good family reunion.
Anywhere that there's family, whether it be blood family or family by choice, and liquor is always a good combination.
Yeah. I see lots of hugging going on. I see lots of smiles. I feel like it's sort of maturing in a way. There was a definite vibe early on where everyone was like, we're in social media, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're bloggers, we're podcasters, and the vibe is just changed in a good way. It feels like it's maturing. What do you think?
It is. It's growing up. The industry itself is growing up.
Yeah.
But, we as a platform or a forum for social media and blogging and all that to come together, we have to mature along with it.
Right.
And so there is definitely a different vibe. I'm seeing lots of new faces, which is
I am too.
Wonderful, and we are so excited to have so many new faces. Of course, all of our friends and all the people that we've been around for 2 or 3 years, 3 or 4 years, are all here, but it's great.
Leading the charge.
Yes, absolutely, and the education is happening, and the feedback that I'm getting is this is so there's so much information here, and people are really charged up about that.
Do you think that part of that might be because BlogWorld has since moved from Vegas to New York, where we reported from, and now we're here in LA? Do you think that it's pulling out people from the local markets more?
Absolutely. And one of the reasons that, BlogWorld actually split into doing bi-coastal shows was to better serve our community, because it's a difficult trip, to come all the way from New York all the way out to LA and all, and back and forth and that kind of thing, or to Las Vegas. So, we're finding some regional differences in the shows, and that's a good thing.
Let's talk about that a little bit. Is there more of a focus on, say, blogging platforms in one market versus social media monitoring tools, perhaps, in another? Like, in terms of the vendors, in terms of the attendees, are there certain regional trends?
Well, that's really something that we're going to have to kind of vet out over the next couple of years. This is our first year doing the 2 shows on the 2 coasts. So, as we're getting our feelers around, that regional difference, we'll know better next year, actually. That's a good question, though.
Yeah. On a soft-sounding level, though, based on what you've seen walking around, I mean, are there certain trends that you're just loosely picking up, or certain conversations that you keep hearing? Or I personally keep hearing people talk about all of the different platforms they can use to create a blog or a website. Posterous, Tumblr, WordPress, Blogger, all of these things. Are you seeing anything like that?
I'm seeing in this show in particular, a lot more applications.
Okay.
That kind of thing. A lot more technology out here on the West Coast, which is not surprising, because we've got Silicon Valley, which isn't very far from here, and, all that good stuff. So East Coast was a lot more, I'm trying to think of the word.
Let's place categories.
What?
Trying to throw her off. I said, let's place categories.
Pictionary.
That's not Pictionary.
Okay, what is it? No, I see. I can't even think now. See, she throws me off. You see what she does to me? I think there was more of a focus in New York on on creating content, that kind of thing. So,
Good point.
yeah. So it's there's going to be some regional differences. Like I said, we'll vet that out as we go forward.
And another thing too, I mean, we're really just kicking things off here. This show started yesterday, but the expo hall is opening today. But I always see a different type of group coming through. Like first it was, the hardcore folks that were really into podcasting and then into the blogging platforms. Then we started seeing more video crop up. Obviously TechZulu keeps an eye on that. Then we started seeing the food bloggers and the mommy bloggers, the military bloggers, the real estate bloggers. Are you seeing any additional verticals in terms of the blogging community that are stepping out?
Healthcare.
Oh,
Healthcare
okay.
is really it is such an interesting space, because there are so many rules and regulations that surround, with the HIPAA rules and all of that good stuff. There's
And everyone's pissed off and wants to talk about it.
well, that, but but there are rules that regulate and govern, what doctors can say, what nurses can say, what patients can say about other patients, those kinds of things. So there's a lot of interest around healthcare. And so the social health track, we're getting some really good information out of that. And that's something, that we'll look forward to, to working on going forward as well, because, the legal issues can have really significant ramifications, and if you're not paying attention to what you're doing and do it right, then, you can get in a lot of trouble. So.
Well, since you know all these speakers on the social health track, I think we might be able to get a few on camera. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
We'll find some for you. Absolutely.
Well, anything else that you would like to add to the TechZulu stream right now, we'll definitely be dragging you back over.
Come see us in New York, June 5 to 7 at the Jacob Javits Center, and we will be back in November in LA. So come see us, come sponsor us. This is a wonderful conference. I was a big, huge, massive fan of BlogWorld before I was asked to join the team, and I did so with no hesitation. So,
well, they can't get rid of us either. It's been a couple of years, can't get rid of us.
No, we're like a bad penny. We keep turning up.
I'm heads.
I'm tails.
And on that note, everyone, this is Jen with BlogWorld. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
See you soon. Oh, give me hugs. Come back over.